Texans start on the 2-foot line. Joe Mixon gets the ball. Rugby scrums his way for 7 yards. This explains why he was wearing that Nickelodeon-themed rugby cap on the sideline later in the game. C.J. Stroud has to scramble to his left a little bit. Tier Tart in pursuit. Jim Harbaugh wants intentional grounding. They did not call it intentional grounding. Sometimes the tackle box is a trapezoid. They could have told you that on the Nickelodeon broadcast. 3rd and 4. CJ hits Nico Collins. They got involved throwing Nico Collins short in this game. That was a nice development. A little bit of foreshadowing. Remember the name, Nico Collins, if you don't know it already. It's just a big oak of a man he is. Bobby Slowick saying, come on, guys, we need this. I need this. Mixon, woo, turns nothing into something. Runs out of the grasp of Bosa Minor here. One day long ago, I had LaDainian Tomlinson of the Chargers wrapped up for what I thought was a tackle for a loss in the backfield. Form tackle, everything. And then, poof, he was gone. So I look at that as retribution. Thank you, Joe Mixon. 2nd and 7. Complete to John Mechie. John Mechie had trouble holding on to the ball in this game. Not on this play, as the 480p resolution pylon camera will tell you. So it's 1st and 10. Tier Tart, former Texan, gets pressure up the middle. Poona Ford pressuring him. You don't hear poon as a root word nearly as much these days as you did in the 80s.
Sugar, Mr. Poon?
Poona Ford was big on this series, but he would not kill it. Next play, 2nd and 10. Throws a completion to Xavier Hutchinson. Unfortunately, tripping called on the play. Kind of a near side leg whip on this. D'Amico Ryan's not happy. Memories of Tim Crumry, perhaps. Oh, yeah. And then when you see the underside of D'Amico's tongue, that's when we know he's stressed. 2nd and 21. Mind you, they've run 7 plays to advance 10 yards at this point, which at the very least you're thinking, all right, if they can punt and get out of here, they'll be all right. And the defense at this point, they needed a break. The time of possession was very lopsided. So let's just not mess things up. So it's 2nd and 21. Hey, check down. Good. Check it down. Chicks dig the check down. CJ, going down in general, I've learned. Oh, boy. Okay, so this is, let's back this up a little bit. 3rd and 16. You just get a little field position. If you don't convert, punt. It's 6-0. Somehow, some way, it's still 6-0. But CJ, checking the defense, takes his eyes off the ball. It's on the ground. Devastating. But at least it won't be a safety. He scrambles, hits Xavier Hutchinson wide open downfield, unceremonious dump here at the end. And if you're wondering how Xavier Hutchinson got so wide open, the best way I could explain it is like this. Sometimes when you see a muffed punt, but the ball hits the returner in the chest and it goes forward, you end up getting a huge return out of that. It disrupts the rhythm of the defense. And you can see here, everybody's trying to keep their shell. They're staying disciplined, but the play is extended, the decision making's a little bit off, and you just get this gaping chasm of open field for CJ to throw the ball back to. Beautiful. And that's the specific play where it feels like things might have really turned around for CJ. He said so afterwards, because he just seemed to let things come to him after that. It was almost like a reminder that, like, man, this game doesn't always have to be as difficult or as orchestrated as we would like to think that it is. Sometimes you just go out and play football. 1st and 10, and you get no football move, incomplete pass, not a recovered fumble. Our forefathers said we would create this game of American football, and there would be a thing in the rule book called a football move. What is a football move?
Nobody knows.
2nd and 10, CJ gets time, hits Nico Collins, he's like an oak tree riding in a Hellcat. These guys they almost have to make a conscious decision whether to try to tackle him or not. Responsible gun owner, Nico Collins, yes. 1st and 10, a Poona Matata. Poona Ford, God, just using every bit of his body mass index on this one. Impressive by that kid.
God, I admire you.
I don't think he's a kid anymore. He's been around a while. 2nd and 11, tries to jam it into Robert Ford. The rookie Cam Hart in defense. Good job by him. He's big, man. I thought it was Poona Ford for a minute. 3rd and 11, are we headed towards a 6-3 score? No, we are not, because you played zone versus Nico Collins in the safety. decided to somehow not recognize the biggest threat on the field. Look at Christian Fulton telling the safety, man, we discussed this. It's Nico Collins. He's like a redwood on a Hellcat. Remember? We said that. Texans did a much better job attacking short, middle of the field, quick game, all of that. And Nico just gallops his way to greatness. Oh, what a night. I've been drunk for 36 hours.
If I'm gonna get my balls blown off for a word, my word is poontang.